start recording here, and also in the team, right? Just press the record. Okay guys, we are in the recording mode and beginning our class now. So yesterday what we look at, right? Basically, so I just open the our project, and it's both server is running, backend is running on port 8000, and the front end also is running, right? Localhost 5173. So basically in front end what we have done yesterday, we created the in front end we just created the add user, right? Adding user, that's what we have created. We have navigation bar and then footer and then add user, right? So let's add one user and see what happens. So I can say maybe let's call it John, right? And okay, 67 and submit. So when I submit the button, I will go to all post page now. Okay, so it's time to display everything in the all post page, all post, right? See that, all post. I'm redirected to all post, so let's do that. All post, here is the all post, new post and home page. So home page right now we have nothing, right? We are not using. We'll see what we can do. Okay, we'll see, check on the last, right? But the job is to basically display data in our all post page. How? So you have to fetch everything from the backend, right? So if you look at the backend now and try to understand the function, the route of our backend, right? Let's say backend, and let's go to the route right here. So get all user, look at this route, that is local host. When you do just the local host, right, that will give us the get all user. That's the route for you know get all user route. Okay, so okay, fine. So let's do that one. This is the route, and the function, if you look at the controller here, let's see, the first one was get all user, correct? Get all user. So see what I'm doing, I mean what we are doing here, right? You have the model. The model is like a blueprint, right, which creates object. It will map through our database and give you all the functions, right, what you need to access to your MongoDB database. Okay, so in case finding everything, getting all the data is find function. So when you say model, right, dot find, so based on that schema what we have created in model, okay, it's gonna go and get everything for us. It will store in this variable, and we check if there is no data, then send this message. If there is data, then send the user, right, like that. Basically it just return the user. Okay, so that user is here, we're getting the user back, right? It's just returning us this function get all user is returning that user. Clear? Then that will be, that's what we're gonna need, right, to display all the user for now. Okay, so let's close all this and go back to our front end, right? And in the source folder page, and we have all post here, all post. So in all post, right, I need to get a data and store in the state. So that is what use state. Yeah, I'm also going to use like function to fetch data, right? So I'm going to use effect also, correct? When you are fetching data, of course you're going to need that. So that two things we're going to need. What else we're going to need? For now is fine, right? So let's continue. So we got that the all post is here, and we will start our basically the code, right? So the first one, let's see. what I will do, right, first, this is a return, so I'm going to write a function, okay, const get maybe data, right, get data, yeah, get user or get data, whatever name you can give this function name, okay, equal to, this is asynchronous, means the function will fetch data from outside, right, so that is from the database. Async, always something taking time, that should be promise, right. Okay, let's close this here. Async async function, that should be arrow function, yeah. So how I'm gonna get data, so let's call it const response, just create a variable response, and there we're gonna use fetch function, because to get a data I have a URI, I need to use the link, the local URI, right, because this is local right now, so I have to use the link from the local backend link, okay, to get the data. So this function will be await, right, because we have async function, so must, any promise things you must put await before that. This function will return promise, so we put await always, and then we just pass the link here, so the links will be http / localhost, right, colon, what is that, / I think, colon, the port, right, so port is what is our port, I believe 8000, correct. Let me check, yeah, 8000, running on port 8000, so we must provide that port, 8000. So localhost / 8000, so this will run what, this is going to run the, basically it will run our, what you call that, localhost, right, 8000, the backend server, that is the root route, this is the root route, okay, for the localhost, backend server, right, root route. So we want to tell, maybe, so let's see, we're gonna get a response back, right, we're gonna get, I mean, we can check, right, let's see what this link is giving me, I can go to the browser and see if I'm getting data or not, so let's add here, and what it will give me, okay, that just give me this whole array with all this data, right, see that, array with all this object inside, see that, so fine, this is okay, I don't have to do anything. So the only thing I need now, right, okay, so that is good enough, this will return the promise, and I need to extract the data from there, so const, I can call it maybe result, right, result equal to await, okay, await, and then response dot json, okay, now you have that result here. So we're gonna do some testing also, let's check for error, right, so you can say if no response, you want to do something, so that will be maybe if no response, right, no, okay, response means it will return something, either yes or no, right, bad result or good result. So when there is okay, like when you receive data, there is a object called okay, so response is an object and there is a property called okay, right, so that means okay. So if there is no okay, then we're gonna do something, right, I mean, we can console log and check also, right, console log, let's see, I will show you now what I mean, right, let me delete this, but we have to run this function, correct. So to do that, let's use effect, see why I need use effect now, and let's call this get data function, okay. So now when this function run, right, I can console log here, console.log response, you can do response.ok also, right, and see what you get. let's do this, right? And what is the output here? Let's check, and we can check the result also, you know, console.log result. So save. So let's go back to the browser, and here, right, okay, so this page, let's just run this page, refresh this page, okay, and inspect, right, and see what happened. Console. So see, we get true value, right? Response dot okay gives true or false. True, right? We're getting true. And the result has object. Basically, result is an array with that data inside. There is ID, name. So the field we have inside is ID, name. Let me age, email. See, so you have a, there is a ID, right? You got this underscore ID. That's the property. You have name, email, and age. So these are the things we need to do the rest of our work. Clear? So let's go back and continue our work. So I will remove this, and so if I say if response.ok is true, right? But if false, I mean, if there will be false, let's say if this will be false, for example, right now is true, right? But if there is false, then we make it true, and then you want to, you know, return something, right? Basically, what you going to return? You're going to return just you can console log or maybe return something, right? Like return, let's see, because we don't have request, so we can return the, we can set up the message, right? Because that is the message from the backend, like some kind of error. So okay, we did error yesterday, right? Let me check new post. Yeah, so we have the error here. We can use this, you know, same thing. So we can just use that for our error, and also we need the use state, right, to hold our data. So we can call it data, that is user data, right, and set data, maybe data. Okay, we can do that, equal to use state, and right now it's empty array, right? The data is empty array, but we're gonna use it later. So here we can set error, right? Set error, and that error will be maybe result. So error will be, right, so result is an object, so we can result, or maybe, oh man, okay, let me check quickly. Console dot, I just want to see response, right? See what are the things we get in the response. Result dot message. So okay, result, either result is going to have the data array, or maybe there will be the error message, okay, inside here. So that means result dot message, we can do it, right? So let's do that. No need to console log, because what our final data is here in the result. Either you have the array or maybe some kind of error, right? So we can, I mean, we can make some mistake here in the phase, right, and then try to get and see what is the result, you know. We can do that, but you guys can test, okay, try, right? So I can just put it here, message. I think that is fine. So if is true, response dot okay is true, that's true, right? Then what you want to do, you set data to this result, okay? So this result is array, we saw that earlier, and you just put it inside this set data here, correct? Okay, so now, right, what else you can do? So we got the data, it's time to loop through and display that data, right? So for that, we gonna have here, so we got the div, right? So let's do this. So first let's add the let's display the message, right? Error message. So if there is error, then only add let's copy that from here, this one, right? Basically that's the one. So see, the thing is, you see that yellow border, right, with padding and all that. So let's remove the padding, so you can only see that one when there is error message. Okay, so I can just copy this whole thing and put it here. Okay, same. Next thing now, right? Next is what? So let's add maybe h1, so the maybe show all data, right? Something like that. Then you're gonna add a loop, right? So map, so data. So see, when you are fetching something, right, you make sure there is a data. Okay, so just put question mark here, right, and then dot map. Okay, so when the data is there, then only this map will run, because sometimes right now is locally, right, so it will maybe quick, but sometimes when you fetching data from outside, it will be delay, and there might be undefined. Okay, the value may be empty, right? The array is empty without any data here. So in that case, you're gonna get error message. Okay, so if you put this question mark, it will check, right? It will make sure when this is true, then only map will run. Okay, so that is just a check measure. And I'm gonna say user, that is each object, right? And something like that. So card. So let's, we can just write here a couple of line of code and display, right? Or you can write separate card also, you can do that. So what we can do, okay, let's create the component separately. Okay, so at least this is learning phase, so it's better. So card, I'm just going to create a new component called card, right? And this component is going to have a user equal to that user, right? User. Okay, user. So I need to import this card now, but right now I don't have card. So in the component here, I'm gonna create a new card .jsx, right? React arrow function and all that. So once you have card, remember in the props there was a props, right? We just pass the props, call it user, correct? User. And I need to import here, right? So import card, clear? So now the error is gone, right? You see what is saying? Missing key, right? Okay. So that means we just have to say key equal to, we just pass the ID. Okay, so that is user dot underscore ID, because this user is an object, there is an underscore ID, each object has an ID, right? So just make it the key for every card. So yeah, so let's style our card now. Okay, we're sending this user props, right? Props, so that is here right now. Okay, so let's design this card. So what we're gonna display, right? Basically you're gonna have let's call it div, that will be our flex. Let me think. Yeah, so we're gonna have, I think we just simple added heading 1, right? And here we added maybe user dot name, right? Name. Okay, user dot name. So user is an object, user is an object, right? You can do destructure also here like this. So const, right? Let's say const and call it name, email, and age, right? And also we're gonna need ID. Okay, so let's keep the ID also, and that will be user. Good. So now we can just call the name here. Okay, so you have name. Let's put paragraph, right? We call it email. Let's call it age, and again p tag, p, right? We call it maybe age. Good. So these are the three things. So save. So it looks something like this, right? So why not we make this card little nice, right? Class name, uh, it can have maybe border, 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 gray, maybe like a 500. So what is border? See, if you close on border, right, that is 1 pixel border. Okay, just border is border with 1 pixel. Color and rounded, maybe let's add border radius, right? Rounded, let's make it MD maybe. What else? That is border, border rounded. Yeah, let's add some padding inside, right? So padding, maybe we can give it 3. Okay, so it looks some kind of card, right? Maybe some small box, right? Okay, so now age here will be email, no age, right? Email. Okay, so let's see if this work, right? Let's go back and check our page now. So this is a card, we pass all these things, it should work. Okay, let's try. Okay, we got something here now, see that? So we can maybe write little, we can make it little nicer, right? Can we do that? So here we say name like that, and age, oh, age, right? And email. Okay, so there is name, age, and email. If you want to make it font different, then you can span tag, right? Add this span tag here. So span tag, right? Like that, and put the name inside here. Okay, so that is inside this span, right? So you copy this, or maybe just put it here, span again. Span tag. Put email now, right? Just add the email. Okay, so we got all that now. You just basically need to add some style, right? So if you want class name, let's make it text for everything, might be LG. Now span tag here, right? You can put it maybe font like semi bold, maybe. Yeah, so you can do the same thing for all. So I mean, there is all the h1 is same, right? Only thing is paragraph. What you want to put paragraph now? Okay, let's make it paragraph has semi bold. Okay, I mean, let's add all the span tags same. Okay, and p tag can have text, maybe LG, not LG, right? MD, medium. Oh, text, what is that? MD. Why? text slash smlg small, right, xl. Okay, let's make this lg, right, and I will make this one xl. Okay, so paragraph, copy that and put it in the other one also. Good. I think that is good enough. So it looks something like that. So the thing is, this is just the box, right? Why not we make it a flex box? So all post, look at here, this is the uh, where it is returning, right? Let's see here h1. So we might just put one div here, right, div, and wrap it inside. Okay, and then that's the parent box where each card is going to display. So class name flex, and make a gap, right, a gap of maybe 3 or 2, something like that, and see what happens. So it looks something like this. So we can, oh, there is no gap, right? Yeah, so it looks something like that. Okay, fine. Now, right, we need a button to update and delete. I mean, we can make a fixed size of box, right? We can make it this box, each card maybe some certain size. Okay, like for that one, this is the card, right? uh, Card, right? So border. Okay, so you can give a width, maybe width of how much? So 10 is how much? 40 pixel? No, should be more, right? If I just make it flex 1, what gonna happen? Oh, it did not change, right? Flex 1 will go in the parent. No, that's the child, right? Each child. So these are the child of the, okay, no, this is the child of the, not this one, but this is the direct child of that box, right? The card. Okay, maybe I have to do it here. Let's see, I'm just checking that we can just give a size. Okay, so that will also work. Flex 1 and see what happens. Yeah, so they all now basically get same size, right? Okay, even we can give the margin top. So the card parent is who here, so we can say a margin top, make it maybe 4, so it just push down a little bit. Okay, good enough for now, right? And also you can add it flex wrap, right? Flex wrap will be wrap flex wrap. Okay, flex wrap. So if there is no space, it will just wrap it on the bottom, right? I think that, yeah, that's good enough for now. So let's add the update and delete button. Okay, update and delete, right? So that is a card also, we have to add in the card. So see, our card start here, right? That is the card, so let's put it inside. So I mean, we can leave it, we can just create a div, new div right here, and we can have a, so see the link, because update you want to go somewhere. Okay, when you click on the update button, right, you want to go to the update page. So for that one we're gonna need a link. So let's import that. Import link from React router DOM, right? And yeah, so I think that is good enough, hopefully. So what we'll do now, right? Yeah, so we're gonna go here. Okay, let's add the straight link, right? Link, and remember we have two, right? Two. So when you delete this one, I mean when you click on the link, you want to go, so we have to go, right? We have to go where? Let me check. Let me think first. So we have to, so okay, uh, link to. So we have a link, right? So when you click, so you are clicking one of the item and it has the ID, because the link will be, right, basically the localhost / ID. Let me check the route. Okay, so what is our route in the app, right? So here basically the update, right? That's the component I want to run when, so I have localhost and some ID. Okay, so when I have localhost / some ID, it will run this component. That is the point here, right? So let's make that one. So I need to put the link here. How I can do that? Let's make it backtick, right? Let's see if that will work. Backtick, no, but I'm inserting the variable also, right? So that means I have to put curly bracket, backtick like that, and the localhost, and now I can put $sign and _ID. Yeah, so that is the ID. Remember we have ID here, this ID. For every item there will be ID, right? So this ID will be attached to this link now. Clear? So we got that now, right? We got the link, and what else we can do? I mean, let me close this, right? And we can call it update. Okay, that is update. Similarly we can do the delete also, right? But for delete we don't need see, in the update we have to get all the form, update the data type there. That's a lot of work, right? But in delete you don't need all that. We have the route for delete. You just need one function and delete it. So we're just gonna put the button here, right? That will be also work for delete button. Okay, and call it delete, and yeah. So we just style a little bit here. What we're gonna do, right? I want to make the button looks nice little bit. Class name, so we can put, maybe let's give some padding and margin also, right? So first will be in the button, we always have some padding. So x-axis maybe 2 or 3, y we make it a small button. Okay, so make it 1, top and bottom. We can get maybe background, let's say bg, what we're gonna give, maybe blue. Let's make some light blue right here. 500 is okay. Rounded, maybe rounded, let's make it small or medium. Yeah, what else we can add? So we have the blue, right? So we need a text white, and so when you hover, right, let's put some hover also, hover. When you hover, the bg will blue, but we're gonna make it around 800. Okay, a little bit dark. And I think, yeah, so what else we can put, right? Make it so I want to have a gap top and bottom, right? So that is margin maybe y-axis, let's make it 4, right? Okay, so that is fine. We can put the same class for the other one also, the button, right? So copy that and put it here. But in this case we're gonna make it red color, right? So let's make it red. and we're gonna hover it here with red also, right? Red. So in red, I don't know the text will be okay or not. White, we'll check. Okay, so let's see how it looks now, right? Oh, so it looks okay, but on hover is red 800, but why background is white there? Okay, on the delete, busy red. Okay, here is the mistake. Yeah, so now that is fine, right? Okay, that looks okay. I just need to separate between them, right? So why not we give the update little bit margin right side also, correct? So update here, we can say y-axis, let's give it margin. Maybe you can do margin just right, maybe 2. Okay, and they will separate. Look, that's nice. Okay, so we're gonna now let's do the delete, right? When I click this delete, so that is click on click, I mean when I click the update, right? Look at here, because we have already the route there, right? If I click, see, I'm already getting to the update page now, see that, because of the route. So we're going to add the form and do all the work there, right? But for now, if I delete, I don't have anything, there is nothing, right? So on click, I want to run the function, so let's do that. So go back here and I say on click, right? You want to have a callback function, and so the function, see, we are inside the card, right? So we're gonna have let's say maybe what we're gonna name it, function, maybe just delete, right? Something like that. Okay, we're gonna name it, let's call it delete, maybe on delete or something like that. Delete, that's the function we're gonna delete. So when you want to delete, right, which one you want to delete, you send that id also, shift like that, id, right? Id, but we don't have this function, we have to call this function from where? So we need to get that from props here, on delete, right? Delete. Okay, that's the function. So that means we are getting from props. Let's go to the here, right, all post, and go to the card now. So we have user props already, so we're going to add on delete equal to handle delete function, handle delete, right? Delete. So this handle delete is a function, so we're going to write here now, here, right, const handle delete, okay. So this function will take a id, right, because this id is coming from where, we just pass it as a prop, I mean inside our props, right? Here, see, you pass that id, so it will go to the all post on delete. That means this handle delete function has access to that id, and you can access it like this, right? I mean we can check now. Let's do the console log, I mean just prove it, right? id and see what we are getting back here. Okay, so let's save and go back to our browser, inspect. So in the console, right, there is failed to load something. What is that? I don't know what is all that error, but okay. So let's see, if I click on delete, look at that, I'm getting that id, look at that. If I click on this delete, I'm getting that id. Okay, so now when I have id, right, there is a api, remember, to make a delete, so we're gonna call that one also. So let's do that, right? I think what we're gonna do now, okay, let's go back first. So on delete here. So const response, again same thing, yes? Response equal to, so this function, now we are dealing with the what you call the database async, okay, right? So that will be async function, async. So await, and we need to call the fetch function to run our API, right? So that will be what, let's see, http, what is that, delete, right? Delete. Let me go to the, what is backend here? So the controller, right? In the route, let me check the route, okay? So that is delete, right? So I need a localhost /id. So I have to pass this ID, and also I have to tell which method, right, I want to use, because even put has a ID, okay, get has a ID also. So I must tell it, right, which method. So that's what I have to tell, okay? So in all post, yeah, so let's http / local localhost colon 8000, right, slash, and I have to give that ID. So the ID will be, right, I mean that ID is this one, that's the variable. So let's change this to backtick, okay, backtick, and then I can call it $, and pass the ID here, ID, right, like that, okay. So once I have that, now remember I have to pass the second argument, right, and that will be the basically the method. Which method you have to pass it? Method colon, that will be delete, right? delete, delete. Yeah, I think that is fine, okay. So what we can do now after this, right, let's check for error and all that, okay. So const result equal to, so this is a promise, you know, when there is a promise we must grab the result, right? So response dot json, so it will give us something, okay, whatever the response, right? And we can write again same error. So there is an error already, right? Error box here. Yeah, we have that one, so we're going to use the same thing. So we wrote earlier, where is that? So it's here, you know, just copy this one, right? So I mean this time we're not gonna need that okay, but let's copy this and see what are the changes we can make it. So here, if you know that is okay, right, if that is okay, set error equal to, I mean result message, right? If there is error, then set that one. Then we're gonna remove this, right? And what else we can do here? So if that is correct, if that is true, right, so if the thing is deleted, if not deleted, then it will just maybe send whatever error message. But if deleted, I think we can just set the same thing, you know, set error, right, and pass it some like a, you know, deleted successfully, right, like that. Successfully, okay, that's what happened. Now you know these things will stay there for some time, right? So why not we, because when you add, let's try, okay, and see what is the problem, okay, and then I will find the solution. So let's say if I delete this one, right, see there is deleted successfully, this message is still there, okay, and in 2 seconds or maybe 1 second I want to get rid of that. So in the same time, right, I will gonna call set timeout function. Okay, set timeout. It will take callback function, correct? And we can say set error, right, equal to empty, like that. Okay, and again, right, make it empty, and see, it was still there, it did not move, so what should we do? Better idea, right? We get, see, we have the function already to get the data. You remember that? What is that? Get data function. So we can call this function again, and it will gonna load the new data, like it looks like the old one is gone, deleted one is no more there, right? I mean, just come with the new data. So let's call that function. I think that will be the better idea also. So here, after remove the error, just call it get data, right? Get data. Yeah, I hope that is fine. So you want to run this maybe after, let's make it 1 second, right? Now 2 seconds is too much, maybe 1 second is better, you want a quick response, right? So yeah, so let's see. So it's still there. Okay, I'm going to refresh now. Let's say I will delete this one. Okay, robot, right? Delete this, and look at that. So you just clean that message and also reload the data again. So that's the delete part. So if I delete, gone, right? It looks like just deleted is gone. You just see how it work, right? So now let's add new post. We're gonna call it maybe here. The email will be debdev123@gmail.com. Just have to be unique, right? And age maybe 45, and submit. So it just added this one new data right here. See? So when you add, it will just send you here. You delete, you are there, right, already with the new data again. Okay, so things are working now. So now finally the update part. When I click this, right, I need to go to the update page. I'm there now already in the update component, update page. So see, I'm going to use the same form, right, what we have in the add new post. Okay, I'm going to use all this same. So I'll just copy everything and try to fix there. Okay, so let's try that, because I don't need to write all form again, right? So okay, so let's go back to the new post here, and I'll just copy, I think use navigate. Let's copy piece by piece, right, because I don't want to mess up. So first I'm going to copy the return part here, so that the form I'm going to need, right, return. So that is in the bracket. Yes, copy that and go to the update page here, and you need one bracket like this, delete and put it there, right? Okay, so that's the form. Everything here is form, right? There are some variable also, but we're gonna fix that as well. Okay, so that is first thing. The new post, again, you're gonna need something here, right? All that. So error and everything up to here, basically, right? Copy. That will go in update again, and just below here, right, put it there. Okay, next we just have to import couple of things, right, like use navigate and use state. So use state, I will explain it now, just give me a second. Okay, and use effect is there, I think. Yeah, we are getting data also, right? So no, okay, we will check. Okay, it's okay. I think we don't need this one, but let's remove it. Then will be use navigate, right? So import use navigate from React Router DOM, right? Okay, So use navigate is just to redirect somewhere, right? Then we have the user data, because remember in the form when you type something we need a place to hold that data, right? So that is the state. User data, that's the state. Okay, we know that one. This is just to handle the error, right? We know that also. So when you type in the field, that's handle change function, that gonna take care of everything, because every field has a name and value, right? So it gonna see here, this callback function will take everything from the previous data and it will update with whatever you type there. So this function will run when you submit the what you call that, when you submit the form, right? So let's make little bit change, right? Handle submit, where is the form? Here. I mean, even if you can leave it like that is okay. Form, so handle submit, you can call it handle update, right? Let's call it handle update, so we know what we are doing here. Handle update is same, just variable name. Okay, update. Yeah, handle change is all in input field. In input field you're gonna have handle change like this, right? So when you type something, it gonna it will change our variable, right? The state here. So this is the state. Clear? So that part is done. So now, right, the problem is, see the problem is, right, handle update. So this function is doing what? Post method. Basically when you submit the form, it will submit the data, right? It will just go and add the data uh, to our post, right? And that's what I think we don't need, right? We have, yeah, we have the, like in our update, remember in our update method what we have, right? Okay, so let's check now. So our form, everything is ready, right? We just need to figure out how we're gonna get the data, like single data. When you click on the button, right, you want to get a single data, and then you run the update button also. Okay, I mean basically run the function to update, right? So let's see. So if you look at the route, right, put is the update, so you're gonna need something called id. Yeah, and we're gonna run this update user id by id function, right? So that's the route, that's the, so localhost/id, you're just gonna get id, but the method will be put now, this time will be put, and that's why this function from the controller will run and do the job, right? So yeah, so let's write that down here. Okay, so how are we gonna fix that, right? So we're gonna need the id also here, right? When you click, like for example, remember, go all post, when you update, right, when you click on update, okay, we got the data here, right? But I need this id to grab this id. Okay, I'm gonna need this id, right? So update user, I'm gonna change this to update user also, and I need that id as well. So how are we gonna get that? Okay, so let's check now. Maybe let's see what we're gonna do here. So uh, use params, right? Use params, yeah. So that's the function, right? Use params from the parameter, okay, like from the URI, right? URL, it will grab that id. Okay, so you just name it the whatever the your route, in the route what we have added colon id, right? So you just put id here, it returns the object. So that's why it's this structure with bracket, right, like curly bracket, and you put the id here. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So we read use params, okay, from the React router DOM, and here we say const, because in our route, in our route we have ID. If you look at the backend right here, see the put this ID, that's the variable. I mean, it will take this name as a variable, right? I mean, it will compare and get that ID. Okay, so here ID equal to, and simple, you just have to write the hooks use params. That's it. So we got the ID, access to ID now. So after that navigate is okay. Then there is a basically user data, that is all fine. We're going to use that also, that is fine. So now handle change is fine, because we're going to change, we're going to update, right? So that is okay, that is fine, everything is okay. Now most likely here, right, handle update function. Okay, so yeah, before we start here, let's change this something, maybe update user, right? Just change that one. Okay, so now, so what we're gonna so we're gonna write a function, right? Basically man, I need to get a single user using that ID, right? So we have a get user, single user route, single user route is where get user by ID. See that I need to get one user and update that one with that ID. So I have to write the function for this route. Okay, so let's write it, no problem. Let's where we're gonna write. So we have all these things here. Result is that all fine, all fine, all fine. I just write here, right? Or maybe where we are updating here, right? That's handle update, but let's just put here because we need to get data first. So let's do this, better to do it here. So const get single user, right, like that, equal to, and we are getting the user, so that must be from the database, that will be async, and yeah, so here const response equal to await and then fetch, right? So we have to pass the the URI for getting single user. How we do that? I mean, when you call, right, like because there will be ID also, let's put the backtick, http and colon / localhost / no 8000, right, and then / and then $, and we're gonna pass that ID. Okay, so where is ID? We have ID here. Where do we put the ID? Man. Okay, it's okay now, right? It read it. That's the ID, so that is what we're gonna get. So see, when you have localhost 8000 / right, ID, when you run this one and you running this fetch function, fetch is what? It just fetch is to get data, with URI, right? I mean, even with this one localhost and you have some ID, right, like something like this. Let's check. Let's say I have this ID, right? Just for example, I have this ID. Okay, and I will go here, right, just here, and place that ID. That is what I'm doing. Okay, enter. I just get one data, single data. See that? Because we have the API built for this one already. The get, this is the get function, right? Get single with ID, get single user. So that is what we are doing. So we get that one now. We get into the response, right? So we need to extract the data. So call it const result. equal to await again and response dot json. Okay, and done. So now we're gonna maybe just write that what you call that. So remember where we update that when you have data in the okay, I know we just did something all post. Okay, so when you have all post and you get all the data, right, where is that? Here, that was the delete part, but before that we have done something this, yeah, that is what I need, so go to the update and I will place it there, right? So if error, right, that is if response dot okay is false, then result will be just the message, whatever error message, right? We can set that one. If okay, then if response is okay, right? So we have to do something here also, so let's do that. So make our what you call that, make our, we can make that set error box maybe empty first, and then we're gonna data, right, set the data to this result. So result is what? Result is the, right now we get object, right? One object. Or maybe, yeah, so what is result? What we get there? Can you check? So we get this object. Look at that. Result is an object. Yeah, so we have to fix this one. We cannot put that because before was the array, right? So we put the whole array, but here we can write this. Okay, and set data. Look at the set data here, right? Set data, a user data basically, so okay, we have a here, right, user data. What I copy, so we have here user data and set user data, right? So maybe I copy something wrong, or I don't know, but let's change that one. It should be, the function is basically set user data, right? So that's what we have to write here, user data. So set user data equal to set user data, right? So that's the variable here, set user data, that's the function, and we need this three thing. Copy that and put it here. Okay, and we assign the value, right? So you're gonna say result result is object, so you put the name here and you put result dot email, and then you put result dot is, right, but I need to put a comma here. Okay, so that looks fine. So see, once we get that single data, we update our state, set user data, right? So that is what we have here, user data. The function will update that user data. Once you have that data, it will be rendered to our, it will be automatically added to our input field here. See, in the input field, user data dot name and all that you're gonna get. Now you make a change, right? You make a change, update that, and you click on the submit button. Once you hit submit button, right, so submit button, so that means type is submit, so form is going to run, right? So what is the form now? Handle update, and then handle update will do the job, right? So we have to make change there now because this is the post one, we don't want that. Okay, so now the thing is, get how this work, right? This function work is handle update. Okay, so I think event, yeah, that is fine, that is form running response. We just have to change here So that will be again with the ID, right? Yeah, so because in the handle update there is a ID, I know that the API has a ID, right? So let's change that and put it $sign. Just pass the ID now. So localhost slash ID, and here will be put, right, put. Okay, and then we're gonna pass the data also, right? So you're gonna pass user data, because remember you want to update something, right? You must pass the new data. Remember, this data is coming from the updated data here. Oh sorry guys, because we are running get single user, right? Get single user means that is a get function, so we must execute that function. So we're gonna have use state. Oh sorry, use effect, right? We don't have use effect here. Get single user. Okay, fine, let's call that use effect, and we're just gonna run here, right? Use effect, and call that get single user. So right, when you click the button, this file will load, the form is going to be uploaded, and this function will run. After the form is on the page, this function will run. It will get all the data, update our state, and yeah, so that's it, right? This part is done. Now finally when you click the submit button, handle update will run. This will be put function. It's gonna get the updated user data, because you know when you make change it will update our state automatically again, and the rest looks fine. So result will be there, response JSON from here. This is okay, and yeah, so I think everything looks fine, empty again, all that, right? And go to the next all post when you update. Okay, get back to the all post again. Okay, I think this will be fine. Let's check now. So okay, I click something. Let's go to the new post, right? New post, all post. So this is the last one, right? Day 1 to 3. So I will click update. So, okay, we got here. So this is the okay, so I think I'm not allowed to type anything here. Oh, so that means something is not correct. So that means I'm not allowed to make change, right? Something is saying fail to load update JSX. This could be due to the syntax error or importing non-existing modules. See the error above. Okay, let's see what I have done. Something wrong here in the update part. Use params, use navigate, that is fine. Use params ID, use params, right? That is okay. So what might be the okay, let's check now, right? The user data, and that looks fine. There will be put method is put. You pass the ID also, 8000 slash ID result. So because I'm not allowing to make a change, right? Why is that? Let's check here. User data dot name, so that is name, email, and age. So I mean, we are getting the user data, right? We are getting the user data. Just give me a second, guys. I don't know what mistake I have done. Use okay, use effect, right? Get single. I must run this one time only, okay, because I don't want to run every time something happen, right? That is one thing. Get single user, get single user. This function will run and it should, you know, it should take care the rest of the work. So we 8000 local host and result response that would set error. I mean, maybe this is the problem, right? Let's check now again. So yeah, that's fixed now. So updated change, right? Because remember, when I was changing, if you don't put that square dependency, empty square bracket, right, what gonna happen? That will rerun every time you type variable change, it will update and it will rerun. That was the issue. So uh, updated name is dev, okay, and I can put it maybe for here and 48. You can change whatever here and then submit, and look at that, updated name is dev and 48 and all that is changed. So you can delete it successfully. So even you can add the message when you update, right? When you click on update, you can add the message here because we have the error, right, already. So it's okay. You can just put here, you know, updated successfully, right here, and then you change that one, and then after, okay, after the so that is okay. It will update the data, it will update the error message also, right? And I believe here we can maybe set timeout, and after some time you just tell to remove that, make it empty, you know. So you can say set error equal to maybe empty, right, like that. So let's see now. Oh, it give error. Did I make something error? Okay, let's delete this. I don't know what I did. That is not the issue, right? Set error was empty. That's 500 error, internal server error, right? So there is something wrong with our server. This is running. Okay, so here is some issue, right? Import set from mongoose. Update import set from what we imported. I think something imported on the top of the page, right, automatically. Here, that is what we don't need. Oh my god. So sometimes you just have to be careful, but it's okay, leave it, right? Let's not worry about that. I mean, we can add the message there, and then when you click update and submit, right, that function will just add something on the top here, but it's okay. So this everything is working now, and update, and you can see name is updated, right? Okay, fine. So now in the home page, right, what you want to display in the home page? So this will be you guys work, right? Remember we had one project earlier from that interview, and there is a link to fetch the data. So how you gonna get that data, I will tell you now, right? See, we have the backend, correct? backend. Where is the link? MJ, can you send me that link, right? Just put in the chat. So in the backend, right, what you can do is here, let's see, in the server, I will just write it in the server. Okay, I'm gonna just write here, right? So maybe I can have another route, right? So this is mongoose database connected, everything working fine. I can say app.get, right? And it can get in the local host, not local host, but let's say when I have a let's say you have the route here like this, right? Maybe API dash v1 dash maybe data, right? Let's call it data. Okay, and that function will be, I just write the callback function here. I mean, we can write separately all, right, but let's write it here. So now the function, you can use it to get the data, right? So let's make this function async, right, like that, and call it let response equal to await, and just put that fetch, right, fetch function here, right? And then so when you call this, because API localhost slash API slash v1 slash data, you can put any name here, right? Does not matter. This is the route. Okay, when you call that route in your front end, this will give you the data, right? So you just pass that information, the link, right? Let's see. So where is that data? Anyone remember that? I don't know, that's long far away, right? Okay, what I will do, guys, right, I will just put that information here. Okay, and you guys can see in the front end, right? I have to find that, where is the link. You guys gonna see in the front end, if you go back to the source folder here and the page, right? So we have home page. So in the home page, right, we're gonna have a button, and when you click that button, maybe you're gonna get that data displayed here. Okay, something like that, or you're gonna just display here, right? When you load the home page, you just call that API and it will load that data here. So that will work, right? So I will just add later and I will explain it tomorrow. Okay, so let's stop here for now, and let me stop the recording.